Okay, so hi everybody. We got a problem. You deleted the wrong stream on what you did, Terry. So now you're deleted on the other stream on YouTube.
Okay.
So
So
I'm
now,
just letting you know. Maybe you can go in and fix it.
okay, I'll just do it now.
We were just talking about wonky things happening online here. Yeah.
And there's a lot.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
our real faces and our masks come off tonight. So you're
A
gonna
mask fell on the ground. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully there weren't too many people that just were kicked off your channel, and I hope they come right back, and I'm sure they will. Yeah. So, hello, Paul. Hello, Annie. Hello, Lorraine. White Dragon, CJ, Jill, Kim, Charlie's here, Kat's here, Carolyn and Peter, Maureen, and Sonia Claiborne. And thanks everybody for being here. Thank you. We are all happy to have you here at this. I'm wondering how many people won't remember that we're on at 4 again, but that's okay. They'll figure it out. Hi, Eliza.
I should have sent something out on my community page. Ugh.
Yeah, it's all right. Hi, Paul. Hi, Diane. Yeah, welcome everybody. And yeah,
now I can't see the chat.
Oh, you can't?
That's all right. I just go station jumping.
Station jumping. There you go. So hi Willow, you're out in the garden. You're getting you're being drunken by the mosquitoes. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're not very kind to us. So yeah, hi Amy Elizabeth. If anybody was over on Teri's channel, she's trying to get it back up. Oh, I see that it is up, I think. So if you were over there, yeah. Hi Suzanne, nice to see you. Nice donation to those girl skeeters. There you go. Yeah, blood donation.
Yeah.
Teri's up.
Oh, it's simulcasting on a different video? Well,
I got her.
Oh, all
on
right.
a different video.
It's on your channel.
Okay. I don't know. Hi, Lauren. Yeah, get your shields up, Teri. Yeah. Hi, Jen B. Nice to see you. Yep.
How are you guys?
We're trying to get reintegrated into reality here, and
Yep.
Right.
So I'm out in the hot tub, and I'm laying in the hot tub in the beautiful sun because it's 73 degrees here, or 79 actually right now. And all of a sudden, I'm on this donut thing, plastic donut thing, and I hear bang. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Right.
And I couldn't figure it out. So finally, when I was ready to get out, I noticed that my lid usually sits up like this, and it went down. Well, do you think I could pick that up by myself? And no, I had to get himself out there to help me. And thank God he was here. Because I wouldn't have been able to get that thing back on. It was heavy.
Activity.
Yeah, very heavy. Anyway. Hello. Let's see what we got. Oh, it has a meditation tribe thumbnail, Diane. Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to go with it right now.
I'm just going to leave it for now, I guess.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey,
oh, well.
You're on.
Hi, Rush and Maureen. You had a dream a couple of weeks ago and you put it in. Thank you, dear. Butterfly readings, Linda. And Vicky Howe. Yeah. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Yes. We certainly appreciate you. And we have some. It's just been a real wonky week. Poor Diana. We got her up and running on a show the other night. And everything was copacetic. And today it doesn't work again. So it's just one of those. It's like, let's bring some challenges to you. Like you don't have any other challenges, you know? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I need another one today.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we're glad everybody's here. And what's been going on, Teri? Teri's been, she had a toilet overflow in the middle of a show. So.
And you know what happened? I actually have to say the toilet didn't overflow. The overflow valve thing that you can
Broke.
turn off broke,
Yeah.
and Matt
Oh.
was blowing.
Oh God,
So
no.
it was worse than that. So it was, well, maybe that's not worse because it was
No,
coming
it could have
with a
been
lot of
some,
water.
yeah,
So
some
how did
things
you get it
floating.
off?
Yeah.
What did you do to shut it off?
Eric figured it out. He went downstairs and turned off the valve for the main water,
Good
turned
Uh-huh.
that off, and that didn't turn off all the way. So then he went upstairs and he turned off all the faucets on the first floor, and then the
Mhm.
second floor faucets were fine. So because it was trickling,
Oh,
And it couldn't get there.
and yeah, you couldn't get there. Yeah,
it's like trickle down economics.
it
Yep.
was. Yeah.
Right? That really works.
I know. Hi, Anna Greenwich. It's nice to see you. Donna's here. Thanks for being here, everybody. So, needless to say, or should we say, you didn't have any flooding?
No, we did not have any flooding, and
Okay.
we went to Walmart. And, it was 9 o'clock at night. We went to Walmart, and they had not what we needed, but the nicest people were there, and we had the best music playing on the radio, and this song
Really?
came on, and at the end of the song, they did like a mantra: "I am okay. I am okay. I am."
Really?
I love that.
And I was,
How wonderful.
yeah, and I was like, "I am okay. I am okay."
Yeah,
That's been
that's
my
awesome.
mantra. Yeah.
That's awesome. Andrea Galvin, it's nice to see you. Tom Baker, suggestions brought up this stream. Well, welcome to the show, Tom Baker. Coming
Yay.
in from one of the other, one of our streams. We appreciate you. We're here every week, and we look at dreams. We look at visions and ETs and appearances and ghosts and all that stuff. Yeah. So I think everybody that ever was a good person must have all gone to Walmart that night, Teri, because I don't think I've ever gone to Walmart where there were, you know about the YouTube videos for the Walmartians. Do you know about that?
No.
Yeah. No?
I do.
Yeah, my students showed it to me. It's a combination of all different types of people at Walmart. Like one lady, she had a pair of pants on and she pulled the pants way up here, but she didn't have a top on.
Sounds like it was working.
And there was another guy that was in tights and a tutu. And yeah, there was just,
I love it.
and I mean, this wasn't like Halloween. It was like Walmartians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. We used to see that at the lake. The Walmart at the lake was like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Sure.
But it was like, it was pretty empty, and everybody was so helpful and so
Oh, that's so nice to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Jean Swick. It's nice to see you. Amy Elizabeth. Kelly, what you been up to?
I have been busy with clients, and so I've been doing a lot of sessions, which has been keeping me busy, and it was nice to hear it's sunny there. We have now in California, it's May gray, so it's like super cloudy and really cool. I think it is supposed to warm up though later on this week, but yeah, this week busy. I do have some clients, but I'm on with Teri, I'm on with you, Aley, and Scott.
Holy mackerel, girl, you're a busy one.
It's a busy.
Awesome. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Awesome. I love it. Hello, Anna Greenwich, and hello, Alice Leong. It's lovely to see you. So you, Diana, what have you been up to besides computer issues?
Lots.
Well, and I'm not sure exactly how all of that became such a problem, but I deleted it. That doesn't mean I can't go back in and put Chrome back in and try again, because I've already got an account. They wouldn't let me into this show because they kept to give me the other account. So anyway,
there you go.
And
we'll get it straightened out again. And
then on Thursday, I'm on with Teri in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm on with you later that day.
Yeah, me and Mark will be on with as well, and Diana doing our medium show. So hi, Scott Altman. It's nice to see you. Ralph Anderson is here. Thanks for being here, everybody. I guess people are liking this new time slot because they're not too tired. And I have to say, last Wednesday night, I did get to sleep at a reasonable time.
Right?
So, yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
It makes a huge difference.
It
I
is.
really
And
like it.
especially because it's summer, we
Yeah.
still have gray light.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it will get better. It will get better.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be. Well, in fact, here she comes right now. The sun's coming right through there.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Well, hi, Rossi. Good to see you. Vicky, you got rain in Las Vegas? Oh, boy.
1 inch. Where does it go, Vicky?
I know.
Right?
I'm like,
It floats along the streets, you know?
Yeah.
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 But, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh, Pamela, I bet you do. That's another reason why we did it, for the people on the East Coast. And actually, to be selfish for ourselves, because we weren't sleeping after the show. It was so late, and we were having a hard time winding down. So this works for more people. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So looks like Paul beat us here. Teri, go ahead and read to us Paul's. Or do I need to put it up?
nope, I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yeah. Paul Fried, hello to all. Friday afternoon, saw up in the sky a black dot falling by. On Saturday, I asked Dr. Gale, who has a show on galactics, what was it? And she said it was a spaceship flying by. My first time seeing one. Was it the UFO? Thank you. And then it goes on. I think the next one is a different dream. Yeah, I think it is a different dream.
Oh, okay.
He's got, I think there's 2 dreams set. Hi, Paul.
Yeah. Paul, I think you probably, I'm sure Dr. Gale knew that that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. So I have some cards that I decided to pull out, and they're called galactic symbols. And I picked up disruption here for you, Paul. And I have severe weather or other turbulence may bring a project to a halt. Things may feel uncontrollable. However, the turmoil shakes things up and shifts energies and works in your favor. Eventually, you'll see a current upset is for the best. Let the storm wash away built up baggage, restrictions, and situations that have been disappointing. So I'm wondering if there was some kind of a disruption in the weather or up above where this UFO was working. Maybe it was working in a black hole or something like that. And this disruption allowed you to see the UFO with your naked eye. That's kind of what I get.
Wow.
Especially since it was so small.
Yeah.
It was out there.
Yeah, it was a black dot. Yeah. Ladies?
I got Paul, I got manifest. This has been something that you've been wanting to see, and whether you're aware that you manifested it or not, that part of it was, you wanting to see a UFO. And then the other card I pulled was observe. So, you did observe a spaceship, UFO, whatever you may call it, but that's really cool. And so I do get, Paul, that if you want to see more, all you have to do is just put it out there that you'd like to see more, and you shall.
Yeah, I got the same, Paul. So I think it definitely was, and now it's going to hit me in the face when I just like what you guys said, it was your intention.
Sure.
You made your intention, and then you get it.
And that just goes right along with everything that you've all said.
Yeah.
Infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my favorite. And what cards are those? Those are beautiful.
Yeah.
Aley, Kelly, this was your Christmas present to me.
Oh.
They are extraterrestrial oracle.
That's
Very
right.
jealous. Yeah.
I remember sending those to you, but I don't have them, so I didn't recognize them.
Now she's all jealous. Yeah.
Right.
So Suzanne, you're asking, has anyone in the chat been seeing black dots within their home or surroundings?
Oh,
I have. Yeah, some of you have. Yeah.
I shower.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
No, and it's not mold. It's in the wall.
I'm seeing a lot of mouse poop, and that's not quite the same. So
no.
yeah.
No.
I get little floaties, and sometimes I can't tell if it's in my eye or a dark orb.
That's what I'm seeing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially the
guess.
ones that are at night. During the day, I don't get dark ones so much.
Yeah.
But, you know, it could be an indigo, but the eye is only picking it up as black.
That just started for you today, Suzanne. Wow. I just want to say hello to Nancy Ray. I welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. I have your dream listed there. Okay, Rossi, I see your dream here. All right, we'll go to Paul's second
Okay.
one.
Paul Freed, Saturday morning around 2:45 a.m. I woke up, saw a black hole in my sister's hallway. It was like a whirlpool. I was walking to it and I woke up. Did I just have an invitation to help? Did you mean an invitation to help, Paul, or was that a typo?
Yes, Lorraine, we did. Thank you. Yeah. Paul, I don't think so, unless you're dreaming of.
Well, the Golden City, right? Sorry.
Yeah. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What have I got? Ooh. I feel like you're trying. This is a triumph. It's like you are seeing because you believe you'll see. When we don't believe we'll see something, we don't see it. And I believe you've triumphed over that. And White Dragon had also written that, you're seeing these things because you're ready to see them. But I don't believe that's a hell invitation. I think it's like black holes are really fabulous. Yeah.
Time jumps, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the LF, which is the beginning. It's
Ah.
the Hebrew letter, the first letter in the Hebrew alphabet. And so I'm just thinking back to when you had that dream of the golden doors that they wouldn't let you through. And then you woke up in the hospital. And then we had a similar experience with this golden city.
True.
And was on the next morning when you woke in the hospital. Mm-hmm. So we were all there with you in that hospital moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Did you go, Kelly?
No, you go, Teri, and then I'll go.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I pulled the oracle, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but she's holding up a galaxy or whatever, a planet. And I feel like you're jumping time zones, but you're also jumping, same thing, dimensions. So you're definitely, and that black hole, if you want to call it a black hole, when you get inside a black hole, all you see is light. Inside of a black hole, it's supposed to be an amazing thing. Scientists have been talking about it. So I think you're right where you're supposed to be, and better than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Mary says whirlpools are associated with a feeling of being overwhelmed, out of control, or stuck in a cycle and emotions. Okay. Kelly, go ahead, honey. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's all good. Paul, I got awakened, and then I got again spontaneous awakening and activation. And so don't let the black scare you. And then I got healing. And so I think that this was a really, really beautiful thing for you, that not only were you activated, there was a healing that happened for you too. And it might have something to do with what you have just recently gone through, the whole choking and all of that. It's just you're leveling up.
Oh, right. NEDs.
Yeah, he did have you had a brush with death, Paul, and that's changes anybody. It really does. Yeah. All right, Donna, I got you on the list. Thank you. We'll see what we can figure out for you. Yeah. All right. So we got Lorraine Orr. I was out in my front yard, looked up at my roof, and my house was splitting in half. I realized when I woke up at the dream, it was my home, but it's not. Oh dear, we don't have the
I think
second.
it was pretty far down, but I did find the next piece of that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I think I did.
Da-da.
Yeah, I didn't. Now I don't see it.
No, I don't see it. And you know, you go to click sometimes and it unclicks it. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
So Lorraine, if you wouldn't just mind telling us the last part of this, and we'll start on the first part of this. And yeah. All right.
Well, I see a portal in this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, this is a golden light. I don't know if you saw that, if you were able to catch that, but that portal is entering and chasing something out. Like it's flooding in, but what is splashing out are things that don't belong there in the energy field around you.
Uh-huh.
Oops, sorry.
You can post a dream, Jane. That's fine. Just remember that we got a lot of people posting dreams. We'll try to get to it, but it may be a while. That's all. Okay. We'd love to have you.
Let's see.
So this happens to me all the time, Lorraine. With me, it's he's my husband, but not my husband. You know, it's like he's my husband, but he doesn't look like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it was a house, and that's all that matters. And your house is your physical body.
Yeah.
And splitting in half. I wonder, so was it like not splitting in half this way horizontally, but diagonally? So it was opening up the house this way, like a book, maybe? I'm going to think about that for a minute, but I think that's important.
I do too, because that's what I saw vertical.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Have you lived in that house for a long time? That's the other thing. Kelly, go ahead, hon.
Well, I pulled this card and it's kind of interesting. It says Earth pulsating, but if you look at it, that waterfall, it's splitting that mountain in half. And, and it says the pulse of Mother to slow down in time and nature. And then I got sanctuary. And our home is typically our sanctuary, right?
Right.
And
right.
it says, I'm divinely guided gently and lovingly. And then I got gratitude. And so, you know, from the first one, you know, the pulse of Mother Earth just to slow down in time and nature. So I don't know maybe what's going on, but it's just that maybe time to kind of go within a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I pulled the flow card. And so I'm being directed to say, you need to go more with the flow. And you just wrote, that is absolutely your sanctuary. And you don't want it disturbed. And it's cut in half. That's a disturbance right there. So there's a fear maybe in that, but they're wanting you to surrender. And so I'm feeling as though try to surrender to the fear of whatever. And you may not even be conscious of what the fear is. Maybe loss of home, maybe loss or disruption, or getting older, or having illness, or because it really does represent the physical body. You've had vultures on your roof hanging out? Oh my God.
Just before you said disturbance, in walked Darth Vader, and he said, there's a disturbance in the force.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Well, and vultures are a good thing. They're cleaning up. So they're cleaning up the debris.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I don't have a hard time with the vultures either. I kind of feel like you know, things are opening up for all of us, right? Like my toilet and my water. So so it's kind of like things have to fall apart so that we can put it back the right
tower.
way.
Yeah, it's a tower.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I got trust in the outcome.
I love that.
And foresee. A lot of times when these things happen, we have a huge awakening. You know, when we have a reset like this, And I've had weird dreams lately too, you guys. And it's
Mhm.
like, I just think that I look at them, and sometimes you have something like that and you're like, oh, what did I do wrong? But it's really, you're doing something right, Lorraine, if things
Mhm.
fall apart.
Mhm.
If you're
Mhm.
worried about the house or anything around it, then I would leave out a book of poetry or a book of, you know, um, scripture or something, whatever works,
Mantra.
Bhagavad
Mhm.
Gita or Bible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mantras.
Yeah.
Salt around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Salt for sure.
Mhm.
And then I got the commit card, which
Okay.
that's like stick to your sanctuary, that
Mhm.
home of your own. Follow your heart.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Mary, this is interesting. There's something dead that they have their eye on. This is not the interpretation, but true. When they hang like that, they're waiting for the dead. Well, yes, there's a picture that was done by a Pulitzer Prize journalist back in the 90s, I think it was, of a Rwandan child, I believe, that was hunched over and dying, and there was a vulture sitting behind it, waiting for its lunch, basically. So I'm going to say, if that's the case, if your house is your body, and I'm going to say check on your health as well, Lorraine. I'm just going to say check on your health, because if your body's splitting in half, and if you got vultures that are really around your house like that, it's like they're waiting for something, and you might just need to. Oh, they do? Oh, that's awful.
We ought
Yeah.
to smell them when they were on the endangered list. I had to rescue them. But they're, they may be waiting for the death to occur, but that's so that the vermin don't come after with the pestilence.
Oh, sorry. I just put that up.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
know he
to
was.
be read into that, because they are here in this country turkey vultures, and in South America it's the condor, who is the greatest eagle there is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, and Lorraine says her mother's worried about it, and she lives in Virginia. But I think it's the association with death that she's thinking about, Lorraine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywhere says they're raptors. They are, and they're beautiful to watch. I always love seeing a buzzard up in the air gliding through. They're
Uh-huh.
majestic.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
had a black face. Okay. Yeah, I know that the journalist was raked over the coals. But it's probably, I show that image to my visual rhetoric students, and it's very disturbing, of course. But at the same time, it was to show, why are we letting this happen to this child? And we have
the
to take
hunger.
responsibility. Yeah, we have to take responsibility for be our brother's keeper. And so there's where that comes from. They have a nest with babies.
Oh, Tanya. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So try to follow up with this, Lorraine. When you go to bed, maybe it won't come tonight, but say, I need more clarity on the dream. Could you give me some more clarity? I need to know exactly, and maybe even ask, what are the buzzards here for? What are these here for? And see if you can get a message from there. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Personal reason for them.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it could also be something about a past life. Or
Could be. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. All right.
It's a deeply loaded dream.
It is a deep loaded, and I think a lot of us are getting more apocalyptic things coming in our dreams. And don't you think, ladies, that it might just be, we live in such uncertainty that it's fear creeping through our subconscious mind, bringing us, trying to work out our worries while we sleep, maybe.
Oh, I definitely think so. And I've been having just weird dreams too, where I'm in one house where I think, okay, that's where I'm at, but then I end up in a different house that's supposed to be, related to that house, and it's just nothing makes sense. And one person is who I think they are, but they're not. So we're having really bizarre dreams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just very, I had some really weird dreams this week, but they're so weird. I don't want to talk about them. That's how bad they are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, you're Belgian. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you for being here.
I know. Yeah. We're getting an international flavor here now. I love it.
Yay.
Yeah. So thank you, Lorraine. I hope that helps a little bit, sweetheart. I really do. Yeah. All right. So Maureen says a couple of weeks ago, she had a dream about Pootie. She dreamt he morphed into Rasputin, and I started to cry and also saw the Russian royal family in full regalia. Wow.
Well, there's a true connection with Rasputin and the family.
Yeah.
Alexandria, followed him religiously.
Yep. And the weird thing about Rasputin was that he was stabbed, he was shot, and he was drowned, and he didn't die.
Oh, wow.
As something else, or one of those finally took him out, but it took 3 or 4 things to kill him.
It took the 4th one to take him out, and I can't remember
like
what
that.
it is. Because he swam after all of that and was
Wow.
gloving.
Yeah.
And still
Just
made
a
it.
horrible, horrible man. Dirty and what is Putin? He's just as horrible.
He's only missing the rasp.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if it's like a metaphor for, people can try this on him or that on him or this on him, and he still survives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. What do you think, Teri?
Well, he was an agent of change, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, and I feel like a
poison.
lot of the people in power
Right.
now are agents of change.
I think
Yeah.
poison.
Create
Sorry.
huge chaos and change on the planet.
Yeah. Yep.
I think poisoned was first.
Whatever. Yeah, I think it probably was. Yeah, because it was the king's brother or her brother or some brother. I don't know.
Right. And he got up from the table and understood what was going on and got out.
Have a look at
can't
this. The royal family from the Count Dracula, Transylvania. Yeah. He did. He was drowned. Yeah. He was like, what is it? The Energizer Bunny. It takes a licking and keeps on ticking. No, that's a Timex watch.
That one.
That's a Timex watch. Never mind. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell no, I won't go. That's right. That's probably what he said. So,
Right.
Yeah. So what do you ladies think about the dream otherwise? Any comments about Maureen's dream about, Diana, Akashic Records could be that he is a reincarnation of him, possibly.
Well, and quite possibly Maureen had something to do with one of her past lives.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
That is really what keeps resonating back, that there was something that she was privy to. I didn't go in all the way, but not that you witnessed it, but you were in that era and somehow in the circle of.
Okay. It also really speaks to the idea that same country, same stuff. If you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How history
repeats itself
over and over again. I just had to pull from Uncle Wiggily, and it's argument. It's the same old story over and over again. We always have the same old argument. I've got so much to inside right now. I could just go.
I know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I believe there's a lot of bad actors from World War II that are here. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, 1812. Pick one.
Yeah. True.
Stab your finger in one of those, and you're going to come up with
Somebody. Yeah.
the double.
Right.
Oh, this is this third, and this is the fourth, and that's the same guy who did this. You know?
Uh-huh.
Crusades. Yeah.
Oh, his name was Caligula.
Oh, geez. Or what's his name? Fiddling. Nero.
Nero.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's where.
That's where Fiddleman is.
That's where.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
where the
All right.
orange mango is.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, ladies, on this?
No, I think that's so. I think
Yeah.
they're all reincarnating.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for them, kind of like the buzzard, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a very good
Yeah.
point.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I think we are all coming into this place where we're beginning to realize that it is exactly what he is showing us.
Uh-huh.
Everything he tests.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on, not just here, worldwide. Right?
Yep.
Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Australia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was able to watch last night, Rachel, and today I also watched something else about this. Do not go into Newark ever, but not right now for sure.
No.
Newark has always been a problem.
Flying.
Yeah.
But
had
they have people out right now on stress PTSD leave because they weren't able to see for 90 seconds the radar with the plane coming in that were up. They were the air traffic controllers. There's such a horrible, frightening situation. And so Kat and Sonia talking about different things happening. I think this is all part and parcel of the same thing. And I guess in California yesterday as well, 2 wings clipped in LAX of 2 planes got together.
in the air?
No, on the ground.
On the ground.
But yeah,
But
but
very
some other-
possibly. But we had a plane crash here in Simi Valley over the weekend, just right on the other side of town where my husband goes hiking.
Well, talk about trickle down. Of course, our computers are going to be messing up.
Uh-huh. Yep. That's very true. Yep.
I mean, all my mail disappeared. I wasn't nothing communicated except ads. Buy this. You need this. Don't you want that? How about this?
Yeah.
And none of those things I'm subscribed to or, are on a mailing list. So,
Yep. I don't know. Yes, I agree, Mary. I do agree.
Right, Mary? Yeah.
I know Diana remembers being a small child in Auschwitz.
Yep.
And some of this stuff, the energy, war energy is addictive. Mary, I there's something to that. Today I was talking with Val on the Akashic Records, and I asked her about why we all like to kill each other over time.
Oh, good question.
And there's a sense of superiority. There's a sense of ownership in land and other things, but also in being the one that owns those things. And somebody that said girls don't need $30 but should have $2 is one of the worst people that has to own everything that you've ever met. So you can say nobody needs this, but he sure does. He needs
took me
everything.
75 years to get $30.
I know.
What life does he have?
It's all crazy.
That was part of my dream last night, those dolls.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you want to hear a funny? My mother used to work at the library back in the 60s, and these little girls would come into the library and say, could you please find the book for me, Valley of the Dolls? And that was a book that was written by Jacqueline Suzanne, and it was about dolls were pills.
Yeah.
And so she'd say, honey, that's not a child's book.
No, sorry, honey. No.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there are different words for different things at different times. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to totally agree with with you, Mary. And it doesn't. I don't know the context of this, Cat. He was talking to his sister, stepped out of the bedroom. She isn't born yet, but ages. So are you saying that a young child under the age of 5 was talking to the soul of the sister that's still waiting to be born? Because kids under the age of 5 can do that very nicely. They say things that you would never imagine them to say. Somebody said today that one of their kids or somebody they knew said that they did their soul contract. They remember being in a big white room and choosing their soul contracts with a bunch of other babies, trying to choose who they were going to go to and what they were going to do. No, you looking down. Okay. I still don't understand what the beginning of this was. I'm sorry, Kat.
Was it a dream?
Somebody was talking to his sister and stepped out of the bedroom. But the sister isn't born yet. But ages seem correct.
My apologies. I just don't have the one before that you might have written. Did you pass on is what you're asking. Oh, so what you're saying is that it was another lifetime and you were the sister?
Well, if she wasn't born yet, that could have been her looking at her future.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. A future dream. Okay. It may be a future life for you then, Kat. It may be, because we can dream it and also it's not precognition. It's the opposite of precognition. It's
recognition.
Yeah.
Oh, mommy's pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember before I came in to this body.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Some people do. Some people come in knowing, remembering.
That's interesting. Okay.
So,
he can remember being 6 months old. I can't. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. I pulled delight. So, and that's Ananda. That's like when you're in that state of grace, joy, love, delight. I think he highly evolved.
Huh? Yeah.
Very highly evolved.
Yeah, very much.
A little yogi there.
Yeah.
You're grandma yogi, Kat.
Yeah. No, Carl, this is live. Yes.
Yep.
He was watching today, and I had pre-recorded something, but I was tapping in the chat, and he didn't understand how that was going on. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right. There was something that came up here. I just want to bring these up because this is what I hear from grandmothers and mothers. My grandson said he drowned and daddy tried to save him. My brother drowned before I was born. He looks like my brother. There you go.
Okay.
And my grandson, 4 years old, says he can hear people talking to him at the cemetery from the ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing. I had a friend who said her son was looking very intently at his skin in the back seat, in a car seat. And she said, "What's going on, Michael?" And he said, "Well, I was a different color before."
Wow.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
It can happen. Yeah.
Can't you, any of you, feel that way too? I can remember those things.
Oh.
I can remember being like 4 years old and 3 years old and saying those things to my mother and father.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Looking at each other like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just had a little friend, but Kelly, what about you? Yeah.
My youngest son, when he was 3, I was getting ready to go to work and he was just sitting on the steps, just, waiting for me to get ready. And he looks at me and he says, Mom, when I die, I'm going to come back as a cat. I go, what? Yeah. When I die, I'm going to come back as a cat. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. And so he was, he had to have been, almost 3.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's Lyran?
Could be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Could be.
I
I've
don't
never
know.
thought about that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
that is something to ponder.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Keith has told me that he remembers his parents looking down on him in the bassinet, and they were, standing over him. I don't remember things that far back, but my father took movies. So now I don't know if I remember or if I saw the movie,
I can remember being in a buggy
Uh-huh.
and being old enough to sit up and seeing my mom's face pushing me.
Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, Jane, that's happened to me too. Only I had a fever when I saw myself, and I wasn't myself when I was in high school. So I totally get it. Yeah. Leah's grandson said, "Our shadows go where they want to when we sleep."
True.
Love
Oh
that.
my
Right.
God.
He's right.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Amanda remembers being on a diaper table in a bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Amanda.
I remember being in the baby bed and screaming, and my grandma coming in and said, "Just be quiet." She was German, Mutti. She was German, and she was not happy. She
Oh,
was
I bet she wasn't.
I
Yeah.
was, whoa.
This was her radio time. She didn't.
Yeah.
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 All right. So she says, Sonia said she floated to shore in California with 3 dead and 9 missing. My friend is going on a cruise. I didn't tell my friend about this at all. Premonition is possible. I mean, I'm not saying your friend, but it's, it's a premonition. It could be about some kind of, there was actually, wasn't there a boat accident?
plane?
Yeah.
In Greece, immigrant boat that
Right.
that
Yeah.
happened, and then also a ferry. These are both on Crete, the island that my daughter's
Right.
on now.
Right.
And then a ferry that was coming over that they think somebody got pushed off,
Oh,
and maybe by the captain.
wow. Wow.
Oh.
Interesting that 3 comes up again. It
Comes up a lot.
3
comes up every
And
single
9.
time.
369 all the time. 369.
Yeah, 3, 6, and 9.
Tesla. Right. Yep. Wow.
You know, what day did you have this dream? That too.
And it says here that they sent you this dream because it would illuminate, you would remember it, Sonia, and some people wouldn't. Make sure that you don't have to scare your friend, but say, hey, and I know this because I've been on one cruise, I'll never go again. They bring you into a room and they tell you all of the ways to get off the ship and safety and all this crap, and it takes like 3 hours. You just had gotten there, and before they even sail, you have to go in there and listen to all that junk.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of like being on a plane when they go through all the things, but this is long. So just tell her, you might want, it's always wise when you're going on a ship or a plane or whatever to find the exit ramps, know where the boats are, that kind of thing. That's all. Yeah.
I got this card. It's called Voyage, and it's a
Oh
boat.
my God.
And this would be a good affirmation, maybe even to share with her. I am safe and loved no matter where I am.
Uh-huh.
I love that.
Yeah. Voyage.
Yeah. I got commit. So I feel like she's already committed to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's
right.
This is where she's going. She's there, but the water behind it and all the fish. So
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But she's made a commitment. So
Well, and Aley, you said receive, and I was pulling this card just as you were saying that word.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sorry,
Remember.
The other card, and the card below it was this receive card.
Okay.
So as you were saying, you were given this dream because you would remember.
Yeah.
You were programmed to receive.
Receive it. Yeah. You have the ability to remember your dreams and to pass along information, but you must do it in a judicious way, like we all do when we do readings. We can't say, "Oh, gee, it looks like you're going to die tomorrow." You know, we can't. You have to pass it along in a very kind way. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Jen says 3 sails on that ship on the voyage card.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
she heard
there
the
is. Yeah.
foghorn.
Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you heard the foghorn. Mm.
Not leghorn, the foghorn. Okay.
The
But
other,
that's a creepy thing to remember too. Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. You're the messenger. You're the messenger. Oh.
Yeah.
I have to share this because there's something funny that happened to me. You used to rock your crib across the room. And I've heard that from a lot of babies, actually. She says thinks she was trying to escape. My parents, when my father came back from World War II, my second brother was born like 9 months later, and everybody had to sleep in the same room. So there was my brother that was 4 and my brother that was 9 months or whatever. My parents were all in the same room. So if my parents wanted to be intimate, they would tell my 4-year-old brother to turn and face the wall. But they couldn't really say anything to the 9-month-old. And they would get rocking and rolling, and my brother would be jumping and jumping and jumping, and he jumped right out of the crib onto them.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And he was a randy guy. He really was a randy man. And I think that was the beginning of him being a randy daddy.
He found fun.
He did. He thought this was
Yeah.
this was meant for him, you know? This
Yeah.
was meant to have some fun. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Crazy.
Oh,
Crazy.
good golly.
Yep. 3 sails on the ship on the voyage card. Yep, absolutely. Wow. All right. Okay, let's see what else. Who's next? You want to pull up Leah there for me, Teri? And
Sure will.
thank you.
I had a dream the other night. SGO, what does that mean? I don't know. I was on a small, flat platform way up in the air. I decided to move and tripped and started falling. I thought, am I a goner? But I had a feather soft landing.
Wow. In the air.
That's funny. And Leah, today we flew in meditation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did a guided meditation. We were with winged ones and we were flying.
Well, you were the only thing I can make sense of here, Leah, is that you were flying. And what do we think a cloud feels like? I know they don't. It's just air or whatever. But when we were kids, didn't we all think it was like a mattress or a soft landing? Or
Sure.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that's what it was. Anyway.
Well, I feel like when we're not in these bodies and in this heavy density, you know, the gravity of the earth right now, anyway, it's like that's what we do. We can bounce, we can jump, we can fly. You were just flying, Leah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were on a platform, and that platform I would say would be probably 5th dimension, 6th dimension.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
Yeah, I got fellowship. Of course, there was somebody there to help you with that, right? You had this feather soft land. So you may have felt that you were alone, but the message is from another deck, endless possibilities.
I love those cards.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
That's the Lemurian or Beyond Lemuria deck.
Beautiful.
So, Kelly, did you say, Kel?
I pulled the action card, and you look, and she's gonna shoot an arrow, which is gonna fly, right? And it says, I step into my glorious future with determination and power. And then I also pulled the freedom card.
Wow. Yeah, I love that. Thank you. I was just responding to Melissa. We have had people. We've been doing the dream show for what, 3 years, something like that, and we have people come in and say, "I can't ever remember my dreams. I can't remember." And what happens? They're in here and they start to remember them. Go ahead, Teri.
Yeah, and Leah said she couldn't hear for this. Her Bluetooth went out. I got the trust card, so just trust. You are fine, girl.
Oh,
Yeah, and you're really never alone. Someone helped you land, or your higher self helped you land. If you're in a different dimension, you were all powerful. You're a master.
There you go.
So,
Yes.
We're all just growing in leaps and bounds, and we don't believe that it will happen to us. But once you start thinking that it will, is when it will show up for you.
Yep.
So,
yeah, and using your imagination. I mean, that's huge. So, in your imagination, that you can fly.
I'm trying to find Sherry Laidler's. Where did it go? I hate that when that happens. Sherry, you had something up there about a crystal, I believe. I hate to ask you to have to put it up there, but it's gone for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it was a crystal that went missing. And Eliza Bassett says perhaps it's on a walkabout getting cleansed, but if you could put it up, Sherry, if you're still here, that would be great. I'd love to look at it, and I'm sorry it went away, because that happens. No, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, and we could have both hit it at the same time, and then that happens.
Yep.
When I'm being overly helpful.
That's yeah. So Sherry, we certainly want to do that for you. All right.
Yeah.
Rossi saw gray and white horizontal lines with my 3D vision. I looked like lined paper. A week before, in the in-between, I saw lines with symbols.
Coding.
Coding.
Yep.
Coding. Rossi.
Yep.
Yeah, you're coding. You're getting all these new things coming in as well. These are messages certainly coming to you.
Yeah.
And Saturday and Sunday was so busy because that's May 3rd, which also coincides with Paul's dream and the collective one that we had that Paul White Dragon was in on. And if you think of Paul Freed's portal, so Saturday would have been the 2nd into the 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree, Christine. I agree.
Me too. Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing. Yeah.
No, sorry.
I was going to say, some people speak light language and some people draw it, like Deanna, and some people see it. So you might start writing that down, what you see.
Did you see what I sent you, Diana? It was a bunch of writing that was on a piece of lined paper that I found. I found it's on Pinterest, and I sent it to you. I don't know where it would go though, but it was last night. I found it, and it had all these symbols on it, and I just remembered that.
Did you send it to email or text?
I'm not sure. It must have been a text because it came off of Pinterest, and so I just forwarded it and I clicked your name. I don't know where it went though.
I'll go looking for it.
Yeah,
I accidentally had my phone. The ringer shut off and turned down and
it might be my mistake. Yeah. Anyway.
So even if you're awake, Rossi, come on, it's you.
It is. Yeah.
You're so gifted. Yeah. I mean, there is no dimension, right? There's no time. It is all one big dimension, is what I meant to say. So we can have it on the 3rd, a dream on the 3rd, and somebody else have it on the 6th, but it's the same conglomeration.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Send that, Leah. You'll send Diana the symbols we're all supposed to learn. That would be wonderful.
Okay. Was that what you saw?
Oh, Bashar sent them. Love that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Love that.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
So cool.
So this is Sherry's. She carries it with her everywhere. It's a quartz crystal in a pink pouch. She believes it's a twin flame crystal. I've been manifesting it, and it's special to me, she says, but she's lost it. I think. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You know what I'm going to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I have in my pocket, because it's never very far away from me, my amethyst palm stone. I cannot tell you. There's a Hamsa, there's a church windows. There is so many people in this stone, including Archangel Raphael, Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, and all of the rest, and Merlin himself. And I lost that stone.
Yep.
And I lost it for, I don't know, 2-3 weeks at least. I could not find it anywhere.
Right.
And in this chair, there are cushions under me. It's an antique chair, so it's really short to the ground, right? It's one of those ladies' parlor chairs. And I moved these cushions 1,000 times, at least 100 times, maybe that many times in one day, and could not find it. Could not find it here, couldn't find it under the bed, in the pillows, in the clothing, in the car, in between seats, everywhere, anywhere, baskets, knitting, anywhere. And then I gave up and said, well, I guess I just was too attached to it.
Yeah.
And I went to sit down and the cushions were all messed up, and I picked up the damn cushion and there it was.
Yeah. But she'd looked there before. Yeah.
And in the same place where I looked forever, because I always have it with me when we're on a show.
Yeah.
And I recall that on the day that it actually disappeared, there was this pop vision that I had, right? And I just believe that this was my buddy Merlin sending in the pixies.
Yeah.
To definitely put you can use this for your spell work and everything and all your protection, but don't be so attached to it that you need to be trusting in yourself rather than in the stone to do it for you.
Right.
Because it is the joint energy of that stone and you that puts magic in it.
Yeah.
So when that is in your heart, it will probably come back.
Yep. I agree. I've had similar things, and actually Play Love, remember, I believe she lost her remote for her television. It was lost for 4 months, and it was sitting by her coffee pot. Well, that's ridiculous, because she probably went by there 100 times. So
right?
I think sometimes they do that. Yeah. And Rossi, you're right. Don't use the stone as a crutch. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
and
definitely.
The pixies are very good at hiding things in plain sight. Putting that hole in your vision, or just putting a cloud over what's there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. You just said that, and that's what I just drew. Diane, when you were talking. I drew that it got legs, and it went into a cloud. Here, there's the pouch, and it has legs and hands, and it got up and walked away. And there's a cloud, and there's a vortex or a black hole, whatever you want to call it, by the cloud, and that's where it is. It could be a pillow, because clouds look like a pillow sometimes, so you might check your pillow. But I do feel like it'll show up when it's meant to show up. I know I talked to Nancy Jean about that one time, losing something like this, and she said they disappear when you no longer need them, so you probably moved on up. And also, like Diana was saying, but also they'll reappear if needed. So
it's like what I learned about losing something, not a stone, but you lose a ring, or you lose, and I was always told if you lose it, somebody else needed it more. But anyway. Oh wow.
I do get that she's going to find it, though. I get that she's going to find it, and I get that it's in the house. And then I did pull a card, and there's no need to worry. So kind of like what Teri said, just surrender to the worry, because once you let go of that worry and just go, you know what, it's going to show up, then it will.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, we got to move on because we're over an hour now. So let's see what we can. I want to make sure that we talk. Tom Baker's been here a while. He's written quite a bit in the chat. He says, long ago, I had Maura being someone else in the dream state, and it happened the next day in 1997. And then later, and he says, I still don't know why. It was a first-person experience. There was a plane crash in Belgium. All right. So you were sitting in that plane as someone else. Is that what I'm getting? That you're feeling as though you are. And there is a period of time when the soul can leave the body prior to that. Edgar Casey talks about that, where there was an elevator and the elevator opened and he looked in and no one had an aura. And he was so taken aback that he said, never mind. And the elevator crashed in all three. So they knew they were going to die, even though they didn't know they were going to die. And souls had left their body before that happened. So I'm wondering if for some reason you just were involved with that. Yeah.
Right. The crossover. I mean, the soul that was
The
aware
pilot. Okay.
walked through your dream.
Okay. Yeah.
He was the pilot in the dream state.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was 17. Yeah.
He says, no, the pilot stunt man, one man flying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Only 17. 17, you're still so open, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Imagination's vivid. You're open for anything. You're there for the joy and the wonder. It's an amazing time of life.
Yeah. Yep. That's very true. Yeah. Wow. So you didn't even know there was an air show. The dream came out of the blue.
Obviously, especially when we're unaware of those things and it happens, then you were privy in the astral realm to receiving that information, to seeing it all play out.
It was I'm gonna say it was a parallel thing, maybe.
Yeah. Like the soul who was leaving was like waving as he was going on to see his family for the that transition period.
In 1997, 10 pilots' deaths flew to the ground at the Belgian air show. I was that pilot, first person in the dream state, woke up just hitting the ground the same. Wow. Okay. Teri.
Yeah. I pulled inspiration, but I love this because it's the harmony there. So just look at that harmony.
Yeah.
Like you had some sort of a connection with the soul that was leaving.
Yeah.
And you were on the same frequency at that time while you were sleeping, and being on that same frequency and having that connection, you were able to not really do a walk-in, but kind of like you walked in frequency while that was happening.
Because his soul had left the body probably, and you popped in.
Exactly. Exactly. Release. So
release. Okay.
Yeah. You went in to feel it. Yeah.
And you observed. They knew you would be interested. This is part of your. The girls, maybe you can. This is part of who he is.
Yeah.
This is part of your soul's journey and your contract. I don't know if you've had anything else happen, but if not, it might be time for you to get back to that soul contract. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Azrael too.
Yeah. Yes. That's right. Archangel of death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, ladies, what else?
I wonder do you think he could have had a past life with the pilot, where there was that connection there where they had, and so, he dreamt about him trying, before it was going to happen, whether it was a friend or a relative. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I pulled remember.
Okay.
And so it was like he was remembering something like this had happened in a past life.
Were
Yeah.
they together?
Oh, yeah, same spirit family, right? Same
Yeah.
spirit family.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you guys knew each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a devastating thing at the time, probably, Tom,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure that but you weren't there. I recognize you weren't physically there, but that doesn't mean you weren't there.
Right. And
true.
well, who was the pilot? Was he native to where this was? Belgium, where you were? Was it possible that you guys had gone to school together or had grown up somewhere, crossed each other's paths in reality in this lifetime in 1997, prior to 1997?
Mm-hmm.
Not just the past life, but this life.
Yeah. Some other things were going on. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. There's also from takeoff to before seeing the ground, feeling urgency, then immediately woke up.
Well, and you know what they say?
Yeah.
When you're falling in a dream,
yeah,
and you smash the ground, you don't wake up.
That's true. That's very true. Yep. Yep.
Oh, I love that name, Omar. Omar Bilal.
Oh, he was a Jordanian pilot. Okay.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys might have been in the same lineage somehow, way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lifetime.
Wow.
Different planet. Who knows?
Yeah, right. We're all from Lyra anyway.
Uh-huh. Wow. All right.
Bye, Leah.
Bye, honey. Well, thanks for sharing that, Tom. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard a dream like that or whatever it was. I don't even know if it was a dream or if it was a mystical connection in some way.
It's like a walk in, but it's a walk out, right?
Yeah.
Like he was astral projecting himself.
Yep. Yeah.
Because
I can't imagine. That must have felt really weird. Yeah.
He got distracted in his woods segment of the dream and suddenly was the pilot.
Yeah.
The pilot knew Mayday, Mayday, his soul left, and you happened to be in the woods just beyond where the plane was going to crash.
Yeah. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. The next one here is Donna. I had a dream. I was in my 20s about a toddler on a ladder. When I looked up, she had a sword in her mouth and dropped it on me.
I'm laughing because you knew nothing was going to happen. You were probably going to play with
it. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. Toddler on a ladder. There are, going up, right? But I'm thinking too that there was a kid, his name was Matty Stefanik. He wrote a book about poetry and he was like 10, but he was like 80, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Wisest kid in the world and puts everybody else on, younger or older than him to shame. And he just wrote this most beautiful poetry and he died very young. And it's almost like, don't think that just because you're older than me that you're as high on the ladder as I am.
Oh, they're equals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Right. Follow your North Star. That goes right with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
New directions.
Makes you reflect. Yeah. It says here, it makes you reflect on it because that's so true. I remember somebody saying with our vibration, except they used the ladder as a how far up the ladder am I is what somebody was asking at the time. Yeah.
The corporate ladder.
Well, different dimensions were all the way up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, right. And my chimney guy, always the ladder guy, he was always carrying the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you want to go?
You go.
Really?
No, you go.
Okay. So I got soul. So mirror, you are somebody. And a lot of us get swords when we work with Archangel Michael. So, and Kelly works a lot with wands and swords when you cut, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. I work with Archangel Michael a lot when
Yeah.
cutting cords.
So, so this might have been a gift to you, Donna.
Yes, it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could have been, be open like a child is to
Oh, I love that.
knowing something, because we all have this clouded judgment as we get older.
I love that. I got called.
Ooh.
And
yes.
And it says soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Step up the ladder. Time to step up. And then I got intuition. So I do think that it was a time where your intuition was increasing and you were leveling up.
Right. And that's very Freudian with that toddler, because going
They're
up
so open.
Yeah.
The toddler is all about me, which is
True.
the rooted thing.
That's true. Yep. That's very true. Yeah. Wow. Wonderful. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Donna. I don't know if we missed the first part, but you were on the bridge of a spaceship. The woman behind you, the controls looked at you perplexed. I'm pretty sure I had a listen. You were probably on one of the spaceships of the people that are here.
Right. Yeah.
Like Diane G or Dr. Gale and it was like you were an apparition.
Yeah. Diana. Yeah. We're all working.
Yeah. I mean, how many times? One time I was being toured, taken around and showing everybody, and they were showing me all these nooks and crannies, and they go, "Oh, and there's Dr. Gale. She's in her surgical gear."
Wow.
So yes, Pamela, it could be that you too are very lucid when it comes to this sort of thing. And I think it's funny because if it was the person looking perplexed, then they weren't expecting to see you, it sounds like. And I think it was lucid for you. Wow. That's fabulous.
I do too.
Woo-hoo. Yeah.
It's funny when they realize that we see them.
Right.
They know we know they're there, and they're like, "You're not supposed to be able to see me.
What are you doing?"
I love that.
Don't you know I'm working on you? You're laying in bed. What is this?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good on you, Pamela. That's a huge coup to the dream.
I know. It's fabulous.
Love it.
Yeah.
So Jane has this is her first time here. I've had this dream lots of times. In my dream, I wake up on the floor like I fell out of bed or something. I can't move or talk. I don't know how I got there. I just want to get in my bed when I wake up. That sounds like it's like that thing when you go into surgery and you're not anesthetized. It's like you have sleep paralysis or something. Yeah. Does that sound reasonable?
Sounds like sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite clear. You did fall out of bed? No. You wake up in the dream and you just want to crawl back into bed.
Right. Let us know for sure if you're still here, please. Yes.
Yeah. Jane, it feels like you were you got a hard landing there, girl. You better just tell everybody you want a softer landing, because they're like, sometimes when you come in hard and you've been out there and bam, back in the body, it does feel like you land on the floor.
Well, and I'm also thinking of the medical units spaceships.
Yeah.
Feels like she went somewhere. Whoops.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was getting at the same time. Sorry, guys.
You went somewhere else and don't remember. Oh,
yeah.
See, that could be so. What is where are your discomforts in your body? Where is there disturbance in your own force that medical upgrades of the higher beings would bring you on board a medical ship and try to fix you? Like, I know they do that for me. I feel like I'm still in my bed, but I know better, because when I wake up, There's grids all over the ceiling and the walls and light codes and symbols. And now I'm getting sparkles of blue light.
Oh.
Like, you know, like glitter, only they definitely are. It's light. That Marion blue.
She also could have been astral traveling, couldn't she?
Right.
And she just lands back down.
Same thing. Yeah.
Coming in hard.
A lot of people are saying they slam back into their bodies. That happens.
Yeah.
It does.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
It does. So yeah, that's very, very possible. Go ahead, Teri.
I pulled Ponder. I just feel like you were so into wherever you were, Jane, that you were just like on it, and you weren't even thinking about being back on this plane.
Right.
You know, 3D and in this body in that bed. And so no wonder you were exhausted because you hadn't been in it all night. So of course, wait.
And I got observe, and that's what they want. And look at the bed; it's floating. Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah,
there it is. There
I love that.
Yeah, wow.
I got reflect. And then the two other cards I pulled were Palladian. I got big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas.
Oh, love it.
Please.
And the other one was I can't say it. Palladian activation.
Love it.
Coming together, harmony in heavens and resolution.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It is. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right.
Yeah,
Carolyn had said this. I received a message that before the Earth was populated, didn't have any energy, or Mother Earth had the different planets put the energy and population on the planet. Some of the people are here.
Wow. That's Carolyn. That's amazing.
Yeah,
it is. Wow. Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
The Prism of Lyra agrees with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lisa has a few posts here. I had a dream of my sister's murder that lasted 2 weeks. I sent it around a used car she was thinking to buy. I made a promise not to buy it and go somewhere else. She finally listened, and no more dream. I also had a visit from my ex-friend's mom begging me to take her call because she needs help from me. My mom died after my mom, after she passed, would visit me when one of my siblings were having trouble dealing with the death. She got mad when I tried to ignore it. Then my sibling would show up at my door.
Yeah.
Wow. You're being called to be of service is what it sounds like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. You might want to look at Archangel Azrael too, but I feel like he's already all around you. He's the archangel of mediums and death, transitions, grieving, all sorts of different things. But you're such an empath, Lisa.
So remind everybody that happened to you, Teri, when you lived across the street from the hospital, wasn't it you?
Yeah. I had this apartment. It was so cute. Anyway, it was right by the apartment. It was right by the hospital. And at night, in the middle of the night, all these orbs would come in, all these entities. I knew there were entities that were transitioning out of their bodies. And they would come to me, and I would call on Jesus and St. Patrick and St. Michael to come and help, because I didn't know I knew about metaphysics, but I didn't know a lot about the archangels. And I would call on them, and they would take them. And if they didn't want to go, I would just say, well, that's cool, but you can't hang out here. Right. You know, you have to move on. But they were just kind of didn't know what was cooking.
Right. Well, I think a lot of people are very surprised when they die. They just don't get it. And, you know, what was it? Sixth Sense, right? You don't know until the end, you know, that what exactly is going on, because no one believes that they're really dead. Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll come to where the light is. So, Lisa, you have a lot of light.
You do. Yep. Yeah. And this thing that you're saying, as a child, I dreamt it was a boy running across the burning bridge, fell to my death as the bridge collapsed. in old time, this was a past life memory. That's why it's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's different.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah. It sounds like it could have been during wartime, you know, when they were bombing everything everywhere and you were trying to get away. But yeah, but in a dream, usually not, but in a past life dream,
Yeah,
or remembrance, yeah, it can happen. Yeah.
certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Mark Breezeboy. I woke up one morning around 888 portal and I heard, I believe, light language, and then was answering back in my mind, but I didn't know what I said.
Whoa.
Been there.
Yeah.
Mark, how was your health back then? Because that could have been healing light language too, coming in.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah. Hi, Yup. It's nice to see you. Yeah, this is
Well, I got gracious receptivity in this Lemurian deck. And I think that that's what it was. It was a healing energy going on, being given to you.
wow.
I do too.
Yeah.
I got skull crystal wisdom. And it says clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got these are like romance novel cards. This one is man holding a heart. So card number 45, which is the 9. Anyway, I kind of feel like it was a healing for your heart, but it was also Lyra popped into your head after it happened. So it could have been from a past life for sure, or from, you know, a different dimension, a different planet. So, but I also feel like this light language coming into you was to either make you feel at home, like if you missed your real planet and your real people. Sometimes here we all feel so alone, like we don't belong. So they come in and let that
yeah, there are people that really mourn that they're here in a way. Right? Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
I got a very interesting card and I pulled it out of a fairy tale deck I just got, and it's a white swan, and it says, I'm thinking this is your swan song. And so this is a lifetime that you may be able to decipher that, Mark, if you're interested in doing so. That if you trust that you can get you may take a while to understand the information, but after speaking in the language, I believe you have to step back and then ask, please translate. I've had that happen with another channeling that I've done, and I was able to get a clear message that was done through hearing weird stuff and then having it move into something else. So,
and that's the swan that's wearing the golden chain.
Yes,
that is a dual person. It was a person who was changed into a swan.
Yep, and it says creative inspiration. You did see 6 energy images. 2 were tall around your bed.
Yeah, that's where you come from, Mark.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You're never alone.
No.
Never, ever.
Yeah.
That is really awesome. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow. It is. All right. So let's see. We have Christine Fryer. You saw a raven. Are ravens like crows in that they remember you?
Yes.
They do.
Oh,
Ravens do. Okay. Yeah.
And they will build a relationship with you, and they do signify magic. They do understand they are not the keeper of the book. They know the book. The crows are the keeper of the book.
Okay.
And so crows will scratch at that book trying to get in it. You'll go cross-eyed trying to get in it. But the raven doesn't have to. He knows all the knowledge inside the book. So magic is coming your way, whether it is an elevation or I feel that there's even more than that coming your way, Christine.
Yeah. there's a lot you've been working on, Christine, and your gifts are, yeah. And they're saying you've been very, very patient, and they sent the raven as a symbol that you're there, you're getting there, you're fine.
Right. In Old Celtic, it's Bran, and that's leadership. Well,
awesome. Kelly?
I have it's Spirit Animals, Dr. Stephen Farmer, and just like Diana said, they're magic, but it also says pay attention to your dreams and vision, especially colorful and powerful ones, and that these can be prophecy. In any undertaking or in any relationship, be clear as what your intentions are, because whatever they are, that's what will manifest. And I won't read it all, but yeah, that's just, and it's interesting because it's a dream show. And now, moving ahead for this week, really pay attention to your dreams.
Oh, nice.
Manifestation is always it, right? And that's what magic is about. We're always trying to work our magic to
magic
something better and upgrade and to be better people, hopefully. Although all of us here are very special.
That's true.
Yeah. I love Love Remember says, why did one come down, Raven, swoop down out of nowhere, almost touching my cheek when getting mail? I'm just going to say the winged ones are everywhere right now. They are bringing so many messages to us.
And Raven is also a shapeshifter. So anything you want, you can be. Anything you want him to be, he can be. I used to speak Raven so well in Virginia. My neighbor would say, if you don't stop that, they're going to try to mate with you. That's
funny.
But I don't have any ravens here. However, I got a lot of other really cool birds too. So
I
Thank you.
think they were bringing you a message. Play Love Remember.
Definitely, especially since you were going to the mail.
Yeah.
Here's another message for you, right?
With your income tax return in there.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have some very interesting things from Cynthia. Cynthia had a night vision of boots on the ground with wings. I know what it means. I'm waiting for the military to come in and drag the felon out of the office. But I have to tell you that if you don't know, I think it was yesterday, the Republican Congress voted that it was okay if all of the January 6 people that were released could be hired into positions for Homeland Security.
What?
So, I don't know if it will pass in the Senate, but they're just as dingling there as they are in the other place. So I totally get it with what you're saying. But I'm feeling as though we're getting half and half. It's like half will obey and half won't. That's what I feel. But so Lorraine then says, I heard boots on the ground.
Wow. Well, that's what we are here too. We are.
That's right.
That's why we
are the warriors just as much as they are, right?
Yeah, we're bringing the light.
We are. Oh my gosh, this all keeps dancing around this dream I had that everybody was part of, and I just can't believe. I can believe. I shouldn't say that. I can believe. And the other winged boots is Mercury, the messenger, the quick action, quick move fast, do it now. So
I know he doesn't have long, but we heard that in January, and all of us are kind of like, come on. I can't imagine what it must have been like after reading stories about people in concentration camps that felt they were going to be let go at Easter, and then they felt they were going to be let go in the fall, and then they thought they were going to be let go at Christmas, and then they thought they were going to be let go at the first of the year, and this went on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and so it's hard to stay in that energy. We have to, really dissipate.
There was a story about that. There was a fella, he was, I think he was American or something. Anyway, he was caught in Vietnam in the war. and he was in a prisoner of war camp, and everybody around him was dying and getting really sick because they all thought that they were going to be released, but he
Right.
didn't.
Right.
He didn't pin any hopes on that. He was just present.
Right. And
He was
so
just
that's
doing
Viktor
it.
Frankl, and that's the way he stayed alive. And he also said it isn't the strong people, it's strong people here. It's that strength, that spiritual strength, believing in something more than just yourself or something else. Now, I don't know what to think about this, because poor Mel is back. He's got to have surgery. And since 2023, Mel's been ill.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. I knew two Door brothers when I was in high school, spelled a little differently than Mel's, but every time that doors open for me, I dream about the Door brothers. And so I'm wondering if it's a play on words, Lorraine, but you can figure it out. I mean, it may be something different than that, but he's definitely commanding our attention because he's not well. So,
Right.
But most beneficial outcome here.
Yeah, definitely.
For Mel and everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Let's see. Yes, Squiggy, you're right. Mercury has wings on it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, it's almost an hour and 15 minutes. I'm sorry, 45 minutes. But we thank you. All right. This is the last thing I'm going to put up. A few years ago, I was curled up in bed in the liminal state before I sleep, and I became embodied as what I think was a mantis being. It felt real, and I could tell my skin was very dark brown. Are you sure you're not?
Insectoid.
Yeah.
Kelly saw one.
But they're beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
My very first encounter was at age 5 with a praying mantis that was as tall as me. He had the body of a lubber grasshopper, which is that cobalt blue with yellow stripes around the ribbing of the abdomen. But it was definitely a praying mantis.
Yeah.
And it was a joy to behold, I'll tell you. It was like,
yeah,
oh, you're real here. It was probably the same one I was talking to out the window all the time at night during the summer. My mother was like,
You were wondering if you're one in another life. Yes.
Yeah,
White Dragon says you are one, and mantis beings are super smart, Finbar.
Yep.
Yeah, right now in another dimension.
Yep.
It's cool. And Kelly, a couple of weeks ago, she went out in the front of her house and she saw this kind of thing running down the street, right? Was it like a mantis?
It looked like a mantis.
Cricket,
Yeah.
cricket mantis.
Yeah.
Like the sprickets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a man.
Only 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like a giraffe without the neck.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Tom and everybody that's new that just found us today, please like and subscribe to our channels, and you'll get a notice when we're on, but we're usually on at 4:00 in the afternoon in the Pacific time zone. So that's 7 Eastern and 6 Central.
Yep.
Okay.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you all for being with us and sharing. I'm sorry, there were some that we had to pass by, but we'd be here all night. Bring them back next week. Hi, Norm. We're leaving.
Yeah.
Sleep well. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Sweet dreams. Good night.